Linnea Quigley was one of the most beloved actresses in America, who is best remembered for her role in many cult horror movies. However, her life is far more interesting and unique than the appearance she made in movies and on TV. Let's look at some of the little-known facts about Linnea Quigley. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below saying, "I subscribed," and we'll do our best to personally reply to your comment. Early beginnings in Los Angeles. In Davenport, Iowa, Linnea's father was Palmer College of Chiropractic Dean of Education and Vice President Dr. William Nip Heath Quigley. Her mom, Dorothy, was a stay-at-home mom who raised her two brothers and sister. Palmer College in Los Angeles became her father's new job after she graduated from Bettendorf High School in 1976. She and her parents moved to California. In the late 1980s, he left the university to start his own medical practice. Most notable life moments. Stripperland was Linnea's second film collaboration with Daniel Baldwin in 2011. With Brinke Stevens and Michelle Bauer, she appeared in David Koto films like 1313, Cougar Cult in 2012, as well as Charles Band web series like Trophy Heads in 2014. Quigley made a cameo appearance in the music video for Trucker Bombed by Massachusetts death metal band Sexcrement in 2012. She was married to Frank J. Nicarlo of Pompano Beach, Florida, according to her father's obituary in the Quad City Times from May 24, 2006. On March 22, 2004, Linnea married Gerald Wayne Carter Jr., according to public records, in Pompano Beach, Florida. They split up the following year. Quigley met special effects artist Steve Johnson while working on the film Night of the Demons in 1988. They became friends during the production. Johnson proposed to Quigley on the set of A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master in 1988. After emerging from Freddy's chest, I was engaged on the set of that film. That was amusing because he presented me with a ring. Then, after almost killing us and others when the KY jelly fell over, he managed to ask me to marry him while hosing it off of me. They tied the knot on January 17, 1990, but got divorced a year later in February of 1992. Teenage punk years. In 1985, Quigley played a teenage punk in the zombie film of Return of the Living Dead, which is considered one of her most notable roles and earned her the title of Scream Queen. To capitalize on the success of the home video, Quigley starred in a number of low-budget films in the second half of the 1980s. Director David DeCoto, Creepazoids, Nightmare Sisters, and the Slimeball Bolorama Sorority Babes, and actor Kevin Tenney, Night of the Demons, Witch Trap, have worked with her several times. She has also worked with Brinke Stevens and Michelle Bauer, two other Scream Queens. Quigley changed her career path by the end of the decade, appearing in Rick Sloan's comedic series Vice Academy's first two episodes. She, on the other hand, continued to be cast in horror films as the helpless victim. In 1985, Quigley starred in Dan O'Bannon's The Return of the Living Dead. Other films in which she has appeared include Savage Streets, along with Linda Blair, Silent Night, Deadly, Creepazoids, Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, both in their original and remake versions. Chainsaw and I'm Screaming as Fast as I Can, Quigley's autobiographies about her time as a B-movie actress, are both published by Random House. The Queen of the Bees is how some people refer to her, an attempt at a modeling career. Additionally, Quigley began modeling and acting roles, as well as auditioning for bands that would let her be a part of their lineup. The singer and songwriter Lucretia Sarita Russo formed the all-female band Mad Whistle, where she first played guitar. Jeffrey Spry, Russo's ex-husband, was a member of the band Felony and appeared in the film Graduation Day with Quigley. The Skirts were the name of Quigley's new band. Her bassist was Cheech and Chong co-star Haiti Palmer, whom she met on the set of Nice Dreams in 1981. When they weren't practicing in the basement of punk rock club The Mask, Quigley would use their songs as the soundtrack to his films. On The Sound of Hollywood Girls, a 1983 compilation by Mystic Records, the band's song Santa Monica Boulevard Boy was included, an all-female band and music performances. The Skirts were her first all-female band, which she performed in the 1980s. She was also an author, with 3 books to her name, the Linnea Quigley Bio and Chainsaw book, I'm Screaming as Fast as I Can, My B-Movie Life, and Skin. She's also a committed animal rights activist and a member of PETA, the animal welfare organization. Quigley moved to Los Angeles with her parents shortly after high school graduation in 1976. As an extra in films, she met models who were working in Jack LaLanne's health spa. Quigley began taking acting and guitar lessons as a result of peer pressure. Her first gig was in a close-up toothpaste commercial when she was just a teen. After a few cameo roles, she landed her first role in a Sleeping Beauty in Charles Band's erotic comedy Fairy Tales in 1978. The pseudo-documentary Auditions, 1978, directed by Harry Hurwitz and produced by Band, was her next project. Even after Don't Go Near the Park in 1981 and Trauma's slasher Graduation Day, she continued to get small roles in 1981. Dolores was hers after the original actress refused to appear in any scenes with her breasts exposed. Producer and director Jim Feasel decided to reshoot his 1975 psychological thriller Wheeler in 1981 for a 1981 issue. Quigley was seen in one scene as the waitress who was threatened by a trucker. As a result, the film was re-released as The Hurting, before being retitled Psycho in Los Angeles. Becoming vegetarian and choosing a cleaner lifestyle. Quigley is a vegetarian who is converted to veganism. After moving to Los Angeles in the late 1970s, she adopted a vegetarian diet, cutting out all animal products, starting with red meat, then chicken and fish, and finally all dairy as well. As a proponent of animal rights, she is also a member of the animal advocacy group PETA. She was featured on the cover of Vegetarian Times magazine in 1990. A readership outraged by Quigley's role in the films depicting violence against women took issue with the cover story. Since she frequently appeared in low-budget horror films in the 1980s and 1990s, she is best known as a B-movie actress and is often referred to as a scream queen. After relocating to Los Angeles from her hometown of Davenport, Iowa, Quigley began working in the entertainment industry in the late 1970s. Her co-workers at Jack LaLanne's health spa pushed her to try modeling, as she also enrolled in acting and guitar classes while she worked there. Quigley's acting debut came in the Charles Band-directed fairy tale, Fairy Tales, in which she first appeared as an extra in various films in 1978. She continued to be cast in supporting roles in low-budget films. Graduation Day, a 1981 slasher film, was her breakthrough role. Other movies by Quigley include Savage Streets in 1984 and Silent Christmas, Deadly Christmas, 1986. As a young girl, Quigley spent most of her time in Davenport, Iowa, where she was raised by her parents, Dorothy, born November 29, 1922, and William Heath Quigley, born June 27, 1915. Her father was a chiropractor as well as a psychologist, which he combined into one career. He was the executive vice president of Palmer Chiropractic College when he was employed there. Quigley, who was raised as an only child in Davenport, Iowa, went to Garfield Elementary and Sludo Middle School. Bettendorf High School in Bettendorf, Iowa, was where she first enrolled in the fall of 1972. Later, Quigley reflected on her school days, saying, "I was terrified of making a fool of myself in front of everyone. I didn't speak, I didn't sing in Glee Club, I didn't act in any plays. None of those things happened to me. I was an agonizingly shy child." Are you a fan of Linnea Quigley? What do you think about her appearance in horror films? Which movies caught your interest the most? Let us know in the comments below, and check out the next video in this series.